Hey everybody, I just wanted to give some quick thoughts on Arc Raiders. Now, I'm not normally a big multiplayer guy, so I normally don't pay much mind to, online, multiplayer games, extraction shooters, all that kind of stuff. But I started seeing videos of it, and it kind of piqued my interest. So I looked in and found that there's a robust community of solo players out there who are, singing its praises. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try, and I am having a blast with it. I think that the, kind of world that they've set up, in a way, it kind of feels almost like, what you would see of like a Matrix prequel if it was set, just before the sky gets darkened, where it's still very much tech that we would imagine, or like the early parts of like the, machine war and Terminator, where, there's still a lot of structures still standing and still, very recognizable world. Just now you're, running around these dilapidated buildings and fighting off, these kind of drones and, other, machines. I haven't gotten too deep into it yet. I've only played, maybe, an hour or so in, but, I've done 3 or 4 different runs, and really have found it to be very engaging. It's as you're going through, before you run into anything, it's almost very kind of calming walking around these, the areas that I'm in have had a lot of kind of forest areas, and the graphics are just gorgeous on this thing. I'm playing on the Series X, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous game, and the graphics are just amazing. The gunplay is snappy, feels great. Um, I was able to make it out on one run, but it definitely scratches that itch for me as somebody who, you know, when it comes to multiplayer, like outside of Fortnite and Warcraft, I don't do much because it usually is so difficult to solo. But this actually felt good to solo as a multiplayer extraction shooter, and I highly recommend checking it out. Have a good one. See you in the next video.